Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to my bigger barn. I'm glad you've joined us here for a few moments of some reflection about important things in life. You know, I'm sitting on top of a barn that's storing all of my stuff. I've accumulated a lot of things in my life, and as a matter of fact, I had to really build this barn, this place here, to hold all of it. And you know, as you stop and think about Americans today in our lives, you know what's happening all over the country is we've run out of room for our stuff. People are building storage units and looking for sheds and barns because there's not enough room for all of that stuff. And the question maybe to think about, did you ever ask yourself, what in the world are we going to do with all of this? Where in the world are we going to end up storing this stuff? Because one of the things that life teaches us is when we leave this world, we don't have any place to take it. We have to leave everything behind once we leave this life. And so one of the great messages of life is to think less about storing things in a barn or a place like this, and think about storing things in places that are going to last. Now in the Bible, Jesus talks about a story of a man who started to accumulate a lot of things, and he decided that he was going to build a place for even more of them, and so he built even a bigger shed or a bigger barn to keep all of his stuff. And the Lord reminded the man in the Bible that even each day of life was something that he wasn't certain about, and that his life could be required or taken at any time. And the Lord reminds us that life is an uncertain thing, and that what we should be doing instead of building a bigger barn or having more stuff in our life is that we should be storing up things that are going to last. And really the only thing that can be stored and kept alive are things that are stored in the heart. Things that we do in our relationship with the Lord. And so my challenge for you today is to ask all of ourselves this question: are we in our lives storing more stuff, or is our life a different kind of life in which we're storing things in our heart? Things about the love of God for us, things about our relationships with other people, things that we do with others that are a blessing to them. In other words, things that we can't really store in terms of a physical barn, but they really are the most important things in life, things that are ultimately about the Lord and His love for us. So my challenge for you today is to ask yourself, what are you storing? Are you storing a bunch of stuff that in the end you're not going to know what to do with? Maybe someday you'll have to leave behind. Or are you going for some things that are going to last? A relationship with the Lord, relationships with other people, and things that ultimately make life the meaningful thing it is. That's my challenge for you today, is to store the right things and enjoy the gift of life that God has given us.